Alright folks, welcome to Motoramblings. Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm Patrick, riding behind me is Roger. Say hey Roger.
Hey Roger.
Roger is riding the thin lines on YouTube. Today we are out riding some dirt roads because, well, it's been a while for either one of us. And we just wanted to come out and play around a little bit, nothing technical, just feel the tires slide under us a little bit now and then. And we actually wanted to talk a little bit about something that we had spoke about off camera. I recently did the Smoky Mountain 1000 with Carson, and I didn't sleep well. And after the first day of riding, which was, to me, at my age and on this bike, felt quite technical, I didn't sleep that well. And then the next day that we went to ride, a little slippery there, the next time we went to ride, before we even left the campground, I was apprehensive, I was nervous, I was scared, all of the above. I was worried about what we were going to run into and if I could physically and mentally handle it. So before we even left on that third day, which was the second full day of riding, I was already ready to stop. We're just not sure if we should continue. But I didn't say anything to Carson because, well, I know Carson wanted to do the ride, and I didn't want to be the one to say, hey, you know, I don't want to do this. I didn't want to take away from his enjoyment, didn't want to take away the fun stuff, even though I should not have been riding that day. Here we go, I'm just going to go for it. Damn it! Well, as it turns out, Carson felt the same way, and he waited a while, but he eventually admitted that he felt the same way. And I was so relieved because I was too egotistical to actually admit it. But Roger and I were talking about, well, basically the same thing happened to him.
Indeed.
And that was actually with me on the MAVDR.
Yeah, so we did the MAVDR sections 1, 2, and 3 last, what month was it?
And I think it was the very beginning of October.
Very beginning of October. But we were doing the MAVDR, and we done half of section 1 after I got a new front tire, and the next day we done all of the remaining part of section 1 and all of section 2. And we camped the first night, camped the second night. I slept well, slept fine, but, you know, wasn't in the best physical shape. Wasn't eating very good for sure. But I woke up for section 3, knowing it was the longest day, the longest section of the route. 194 miles. And I'm just like, I've got this in me. I don't want to do it. I don't have this in me today. And that's how I started my day. And by halfway into the day, I was done. I was spent. I was tired, and I was thinking, if I could just make it to the hotel, I'll be fine. I need some rest. I don't know. Could have been partially dehydrated. I don't know how, but since I'm so hypersensitive to water and staying hydrated. But anyway, I was overly fatigued, and just like Patrick and Carson, I didn't say anything. I just sucked it up, if you will. Just made it happen. Said, okay, 194 miles. So when you're counting down miles on a gravel road and you're just doing it 10-mile sections because you're just tired, yeah, you need to say something. Neither one of us enjoyed ourselves much on the days that we're talking about. I'm not built for this. When I was with Carson that last day, I was not having fun. I was not enjoying myself at all because I just wanted it over. And apparently you were the same way on section 3 of the MAVDR. Oh, yeah.
And what, horse.
And it was a fun day.
Exactly. You know, same with me on the Smoky Mountain 1000. I look back at it and I'm thinking, man, that was a lot of fun. But I wasn't in the right headspace. And you weren't in the right headspace on that section 3 of the MAVDR. But we both are guilty of not telling the other person that we were riding with how we felt. As it turns out, with Carson, if I had told him, he would have probably admitted right then and there that he wasn't in the right headspace either. Okay, guys, when you don't want to do this anymore, this stuff is just overwhelming. But we both left for the day because we didn't want to disappoint the other one. Now, partway through, and I give Carson credit, he was man enough to say, hey, I'm done. And I had this huge sense of relief because I was like, okay, yeah, thank God he's done, because I was too. But on the MABDR, we didn't have that. Roger didn't tell me he was done in, and I didn't volunteer to say I was done in. So we just pushed through it. He should not have pushed through it when he was that tired, just like I should not have pushed through it on the Smoky Mountain 1000 when I wasn't feeling it. And we're fighting it. If we're fighting it, we probably shouldn't be doing it.
No. So the whole object of this clip or conversation, you're riding with somebody, don't be dumb as like Roger.
Or Patrick. Yep.
Say something.
Yeah. And especially the two of us. I mean, we've been doing this for so long. I know that you will not have a problem with me if I say, hey, look, today's just not it for me. And hopefully you know the same for me.
But you do know me, and I will give you a ration of crap for at least 5 days.
Well, and you should. And if you didn't, I'd be thinking, what the hell's wrong with you?
Gotta keep up this whole perceived.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Both of us need to realize, whether it's riding with each other or riding with someone else, if you're not in the right place, the right headspace, you need to tell the other person. Most of the time, they're probably going to agree and say, oh, thank God you said something because I wanted to. But we have that whole ego thing that keeps us from doing it. And Roger and I, off camera, decided, one, we're going to do it on camera so that people would know what we're thinking here. And we can each tell each other, hey, I got it on camera that you said it was okay to quit. And so we have a pact now. If either one of us isn't feeling it, we're going to tell the other one, and we're going to change the plan right then and there. We will come up with something else.
Stop on this side of the bridge.
Okay. Are we turning right here?
We can go straight.
Okay. Let's go straight then. So, anyway, that's the whole point of the video, people. If you're out on dirt roads, paved roads, both, if you aren't feeling it, tell somebody. Don't ride. I am living proof that if you ride in a headspace that you shouldn't be riding, bad things can happen. So, what do you think? Are you one of the guys out there? Leave it in the comments below. Are you one of the ones that just won't tell anybody if you're feeling it because you don't want to be the one that lets everybody down? I'm not into it today. I mean, you could even go back to the campground. If Roger and I get ready to leave on a trip one day and I'm not feeling it, I'm going to tell him. And if he is feeling really froggy and he wants to go by himself, go. I'll wait.
Know the way.
I know the way. All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening to us ramble on a little bit about, agreeing with each other that we need to be a little more communicative. Is that a word? Communicative? Well, it's a lot of syllables. So, Roger and I ride a ton together, so of all people, he and I should be pretty easy with telling each other what's up. But yet, we don't find out for quite a while later that one or both of us just wasn't into it. Any final words, Roger?
Say that word again. Communicative.
Communicative. Yeah.
It's a word.
It's a word. I'm probably not saying it correctly, but yeah. All right, folks. Well, thanks so much for letting us ramble on a bit here. And God, this is beautiful here. So, I hope everyone stay well, stay safe. Most of all, stay happy, y'all. Motoramblings and riding the thin lines out. See ya.